Hey everybody, welcome to Off Grid with Brad and Kelly. I'm Brad.
I'm Kelly.
And today we want to talk to you about living debt-free. Now Kelly's 30, I'm in my early 30s, and we have zero credit and zero debt.
Yes.
The debt that we have is owed in favors rather than in monetary value. But that has brought a challenge for us.
It has.
We're at a point where we need a new car. We also need to continue our tiny home. And so we're having to make these decisions.
Yes.
Because we don't have credit. If we had credit, or if we were good members of the servitude class society,
Right.
where we had a lot of debt and our debt to income ratio didn't match up well as far as being able to live free, that debt to income ratio is very good for creditors because it shows them that you'll
Right.
do whatever it takes to pay back,
Right.
even if it's at an exorbitant interest rate.
Yeah, exactly.
So we live without debt and we live without credit.
Yes.
But we can't go to a lumber supply yard and say, give us $2,000 worth of credit so that we can buy the wood and then we'll pay it all next month. Even if we only have a 30-day payoff period,
Right.
we don't have the...
We have nothing.
Yeah, no establishment of credit.
No establishment of credit. So they're like, well, may not pay it.
Yeah, right.
We have no history to see that you pay back your debt.
Right. And so we kind of want to get your thoughts on this. Do you think that living debt-free and living credit-free is a good way to go about things? On a personal level, we think it's very freedom enriching because we know exactly how much money we have to spend. We
Right.
can budget well. We can look to the future and put a little bit away.
We buy within our means.
Right.
We buy what we have money for at that time and not further than that.
Yeah, right. So we're at this kind of quagmire here where we see the end of our tiny home and we want to get there so badly.
It's so close. It's like, it's right there.
Yeah.
But living
within our
means,
we have to take the choice of buy a car, which not a new car. We don't
No,
we don't
new to
believe
us.
Yeah, right. We don't believe in buying new vehicles
No.
because as soon as you drive off the lot, you depreciate value right away. It becomes an owned vehicle. It's never worth the same again,
Right.
even with 5 miles on it.
Yes.
We don't believe in that. We always buy used.
Right.
We're at the point where we need a new used car.
Yes.
And so we have to decide, do we either get the new used car
Right.
or do we, buy the
But
next step?
Right.
in
And
our
it's
home.
a really, really hard decision to make because, like Brad said, we can see the end of our tiny home and we can see that, we can be in it. But at the same time, you need a dependable vehicle.
Yeah.
It's a must.
And for those of you who follow us on Full Spectrum Survival, you've seen that as part of our Patreon campaign, we're making monthly short films.
Right.
And the whole community on Patreon is involved, where they're voting on outcomes and synopsis and
Right. Yeah. Storyline
sequels.
suggestions and all of that. Yeah.
So, we want to be able to go drive for 4 hours and not worry about the car, just to get that location that we need the most.
Right. You don't want the same area.
Right.
We want to broaden our scenery.
Yeah, that's right. And to give you guys better things to look at, more
Absolutely.
in-depth locations, better characters, things like that. We want to be able to go pick up actors and
Right.
amateur actors and bring them to locations.
Right.
But we need that new car to us, the new used car,
Right.
to be able to do that comfortably.
Yes. Which unfortunately means that hard decision.
Yeah, so what our plan is right now is what it really does to us is it pushes us 1 month behind. We had a plan to be in the finished home in the middle or end of August.
Right.
And so now it looks like it's going to push us 1 more month.
Yes.
But we're prepared to do that. But we want to know your guys' thoughts. Do you think living credit-free and debt-free is a smart thing? Or do you think, hey, it'd be much better if you had a positive credit score
Right.
and went out and got the credit that you needed? So what are your thoughts on that? How have you guys done it? For me, personally, my parents still have a home, a very nice home, that they haven't paid off. Kelly's parents have a nice home that they haven't paid off.
Exactly.
And they're getting older.
Right.
And so we don't want that kind of lifestyle where we're not leaving something free and clear to our children.
Right. There used to be a time, our grandparents, that you left your family a paid for, completely their homestead.
Right.
It's just how things were. But then, credit cards came along and credit, and then
It became the
It
30-year
became
mortgage.
The
which,
30-year, and
yeah.
then you refinance, and then my house made me money, so I can take money out of it. But
And
in the end,
this is kind of the new scam: is 30-year note, 30-year mortgage, refinance your home, and then they sucker you into a reverse mortgage, and you will never own your home.
right, and then that's what you're leaving your children is,
Yeah.
hey, you get to pay for this home.
Right. Yeah. You want it. You want the home you grew up
Right.
in. You get to pay for
Exactly.
it.
We
Not-
don't want that
Yeah,
at
not
all.
our deal.
That is not our ideal legacy. Or,
Yeah, right, yeah.
that's not what we want our children to have. We want them to have a home.
Yeah. Right. A fully working
Fully
homestead
working, yeah.
that's completely paid off, and they can do whatever they want with.
Right.
And so, what are your guys' thoughts on now pushing it a month behind? Boo-hoo.
A month, oh, poor us.
But for us, where this is us getting into our tiny home, it really does hurt.
It does.
You know,
That month seems like,
that month seems like 10 months away.
right, it does.
And we were just talking while we were walking out here on our daily walk, and we said, it seems like we're in slow motion because
we were getting there.
Yeah, we were getting there.
We were so much closer, and then we're like, oh,
yeah, now we're
wait.
like stopped until we get to that point.
Yes.
But what are your guys' thoughts? Do you
Yes.
live debt-free? Do you live credit-free? If you live credit-free, maybe you have some...
Share your secret.
Yeah, share your secrets. Maybe you have some secrets that, hey, do this and it might help you, not have to take that disastrous plunge into the world of servitude.
Yes.
So
I like having a non-existent credit score. It feels good.
Kelly checked her credit score.
I checked, and they said, you don't have one.
0.
Nothing. It's not even there.
Right.
And that was kind of nice to see that, because it was like, oh,
Yeah, right.
I don't have one.
Yeah, and it kind of means you mean nothing to the system, which is
Right.
cool.
That's okay with me.
Yeah, right. But the system rewards you for servitude. So,
Right.
what are your guys' thoughts? Do you have secrets out there? And
Or suggestions.
or do you want to live debt free? Do you want to take that path in the near
Right.
future? Let us know.
Yep.
So, as always, from Kelly and I to you and yours, we look forward to reading your comments. Stay safe and keep watch.